Looking ahead to tomorrow morning as fog could once again cause visibility issues. Here's some video from Nick LeBlanc from this morning in the Paulina area. He says he could barely see 10 feet ahead of him. Derek, more of the same?
You know, Gina, definitely a good possibility that we could see that super fog development tomorrow. There's two ingredients that play a role here in that. One, of course, we have the moisture at the ground. We have the southeast wind coming up from the Gulf, really helping to increase our moisture at the surface. And then number two, some of that smoke from some of the marsh fires out there may also play a role to help develop more dense fog here too. So the bigger picture showing you what's currently happening. Again, that high pressure system just off to the east. So we're on the west side of it. We're getting that southeasterly wind coming right up from the Gulf, from the ocean, and that's really helping to not only keep things warm and mild around here, but drive the moisture needed to increase some of that humidity to allow that fog to develop here overnight through tomorrow morning. As of right now, though, everything is pretty quiet all across southeast Louisiana. Temperatures very mild into those low to mid 60s, nearing the lower 70s in some locations, as a matter of fact. And don't forget, we still have the Winter Lantern Festival happening in Westwego. That's going to go through 10 o'clock. We got the clear skies, temperatures into the low to mid 60s for the most part there. If you're heading to the polls tomorrow to go vote, watch out for some of that fog, especially early in the morning. Fog will be likely. Temperatures will be at 59, but by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we turn mostly sunny. Temperatures at 77, followed by a mostly clear evening at 8 o'clock when the polls close. Temperatures there at 67 degrees. So there is a look at that dense fog advisory for all of southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. That will go from 10 o'clock tonight until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that is why we're going with a WDSU First Warning Weather Impact Day, because it looks like it's going to get very low with visibility. So I mentioned that one of the ingredients was the moisture already in place, but we also are watching some of that smoke in the air courtesy of the marsh fires, and that was a player here early this morning as well. Some of that smoke may begin to impact us again heading into tomorrow morning, which is why some of that fog could turn very, very dense at times, which is really going to lower these visibilities quite a bit. In fact, some of our high-res computer forecast models showing that these visibility levels could get down to near zero in some locations at times by 6 a.m. tomorrow. But it looks like the fog should begin to clear out and evaporate by 10 a.m. in the morning. And by the rest of the day, things are looking good. Temperatures into the mid to upper 70s during the afternoon hours as well. High temperatures going forward after that, even reaching those lower 80s over these next several days, heading into next week here too. You know, that's well above average from where we should be. We should be around the lower 70s. That's not going to happen as long as we have this weather pattern in place, helping to keep that warm south wind coming up from the Gulf to keep our temperatures very warm. And in fact, going into next week, again, more of the same. South winds coming up from the Gulf, same ingredients to help keep us very warm and also very mild going into the mid part of next week. In fact, we could be looking at by Wednesday a southeasterly wind shift. So this is what we're watching next. This disturbance back to the west, if it can hold together and make its way into southeast Louisiana, it could give us some rain, but not over the next 5 days. Through Wednesday, I got rain chances very low at 0%, but we could definitely use it because parts of southeast Louisiana, including the metro, under a moderate drought status. As far as the tropics go, no worries here. Everything is quiet, no tropical development over the next 7 days. That's a look at your WDSU First Warning 7-day forecast.